What if your bad money habits weren't about willpower, but about breaking the cycle of impulsive decisions with smarter, more intentional choices? In 2026, we've moved beyond relying on sheer determination to control spending. Instead, the key to breaking free from financial mistakes is understanding your behaviors and using strategies that outsmart your own impulses. In today's video, I'll walk you through the top 5 ways to disrupt bad money decisions for good. Stick around, because once you learn these techniques, you'll find it easier than ever to take control of your finances and stop the cycle of regret. 1. Implement a digital cooling off period. In 2026, one of the biggest culprits behind bad money decisions is the speed of modern spending. With the rise of one-tap buying, it's easier than ever to make impulse purchases with a single click. However, this instant gratification often leads to buyer's remorse. To break the cycle of these impulsive decisions, a simple but powerful tactic is the digital cooling off period. By syncing your browser or digital wallet with a delay timer extension, you can force yourself to take a mandatory 24-hour wait before making any non-essential purchase over a certain amount. This cooling off period gives your brain the time it needs to override the initial impulse and assess whether the purchase is truly necessary. The power of this strategy lies in its ability to give your logical brain time to catch up with the dopamine-driven rush that comes with making an instant purchase. Often, after waiting a day, you'll find that the item you thought you needed isn't as important as you originally believed. Implementing this rule can dramatically reduce unnecessary purchases and help you build better financial habits, one delay at a time. Once that emotional rush subsides, you can ask yourself whether the purchase is truly worth the cost, or whether it's simply an emotional decision that will contribute to more financial regret later. 2. Decouple your identity from lifestyle signaling. In the age of social media, it's easy to fall into the trap of spending money to impress others. Whether it's posting pictures with the latest designer items or dining out at trendy restaurants, many of our financial decisions are influenced by the desire to signal success. But constantly trying to look successful can quickly lead to bad money decisions. To break this cycle, it's crucial to shift your focus from lifestyle signaling to quiet wealth. Quiet wealth means finding confidence in your bank balance rather than external appearances. Instead of spending to impress others, you start spending intentionally on what genuinely adds value to your life and future. When you stop tying your identity to material possessions or online personas, you regain control over your surplus. By focusing on building wealth rather than flaunting it, you'll find that your financial choices become much more aligned with long-term stability. The result? Less pressure to keep up with others and more freedom to spend and save on your terms. Realizing that wealth isn't about what you show off, but about the security and comfort it brings will free you from the need to make impulse purchases to keep up with the ever-changing trends. For example, instead of buying the newest gadgets just because they're popular, shift focus to saving or investing in assets that have long-term growth potential. This process involves becoming more intentional about the purchases you make and looking for value in every transaction. This doesn't mean you can't treat yourself to the occasional luxury item, but it means your financial decisions are now guided by your personal values and long-term objectives rather than by what others are doing or saying. 3. Switch to velocity-based budgeting. Traditional budgeting methods are static and often fail to adapt to our fast-moving financial lives in 2026. In the past, we may have set up a monthly budget, but that doesn't help when you make a small mistake and overspend on a day. The key to breaking the cycle of bad financial decisions is to adopt velocity-based budgeting. With velocity-based budgeting, you use a real-time cash flow app that calculates your daily safe-to-spend number. If you overspend today, the app automatically adjusts tomorrow's spending limit, keeping you on track. This immediate feedback loop makes it easier to see the consequences of overspending in real time, instead of just at the end of the month when the damage is done. This budgeting method helps you stay accountable and adjust quickly if you make a mistake. It also removes the guesswork, making it easier to manage your money day by day. By using velocity-based budgeting, you can make informed decisions that allow you to regain control over your financial habits and avoid letting small slip-ups snowball into larger issues. Additionally, velocity-based budgeting allows you to adapt to unexpected financial changes without losing sight of your overall goals. Whether it's a sudden, unexpected expense or a bonus that allows you to allocate more towards savings, the flexibility of this budgeting system ensures that you are always in the driver's seat. This approach not only improves your financial health, but also keeps you on track toward long-term financial goals by giving you the tools to stay accountable and prevent overspending from snowballing out of control. 4. Establish a financial friction system. Bad financial decisions often happen because spending is too easy. With saved credit card information on retail sites, automatic subscriptions, and one-click checkout, there's almost no barrier between desire and purchase. To disrupt this pattern, you need to intentionally add financial friction into your decision-making process. This means taking proactive steps to create small obstacles that make spending more difficult. For example, removing your saved credit card information from online shopping sites or deleting delivery apps that can force you to think twice before making a purchase. Additionally, moving your savings to a bank that requires a 2-day transfer process before you can access the money adds an extra level of delay and reflection. These speed bumps give your brain time to reconsider purchases and can often be enough to stop impulsive buying in its tracks. The harder it is to spend, the less likely you are to make poor financial decisions. By building in friction, you're taking control over your spending and making it harder for impulse purchases to take the wheel. Financial friction can be as simple as setting up alerts for large transactions or limiting your credit card to only essential purchases. The more intentional you make your spending process, the less likely you'll fall victim to easy money leaks. These small barriers help slow down decision-making and encourage thoughtful purchases. By adding friction to your finances, you not only prevent impulse buys, but also begin to think about your purchases more deeply. This extra reflection helps curb unnecessary spending while fostering better financial habits. 5. Perform a post-mortem on every splurge. Regret is a common companion after making bad financial decisions, especially when you've splurged on something you didn't need. Instead of simply feeling guilty and moving on, it's essential to analyze the purchase. This process is known as performing a post-mortem on your splurges. Ask yourself, what triggered this decision? Was it stress, boredom, a desire to keep up with others in a particular social setting? By identifying your financial triggers, you can create pre-planned strategies to handle similar situations in the future. For example, if you know that stress leads to mindless spending, you can develop an if/then strategy like, if I'm stressed, I'll go for a walk instead of opening an online store. Recognizing these triggers helps you take control of your impulses. By understanding why you made the purchase, you can prevent it from happening again in the future. Over time, performing these postmortems will lead to a more mindful approach to spending, turning you into a smarter and more intentional consumer. Instead of seeing splurges as failures, you can reframe them as opportunities for growth. By taking the time to review and understand your motivations behind the splurge, you're building a healthier relationship with money and improving your decision-making skills. There you have it, the top 5 ways to break the cycle of bad money decisions and finally take control of your finances in 2026. By implementing a digital cooling-off period, decoupling your identity from lifestyle signaling, switching to velocity-based budgeting, creating a financial friction system, and performing a post-mortem on every splurge, you'll disrupt those old habits and start making smarter financial choices. These strategies aren't just about cutting out bad spending. They're about building better systems and behavioral habits that make it easier to stay on track. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like this video, share it with anyone who needs to hear this, and subscribe for more insightful strategies on taking control of your financial future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.